welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be sharing with you some polishes that will be available for June's polish pickup. Before we get started, if you love polish pickup, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new, welcome. Make sure you subscribe before you go. I upload new live swatching videos every week. So this month's theme is rainbows, and the shop will be open from June 4th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time through June 7th. If you couldn't already tell, I'm obviously very excited about this month's theme. If you're new to polish pickup, you've never shopped it before, it is a monthly collaboration between a ton of indie makers. They share a limited edition polish or product, all under a common theme, which this month is rainbows. Of course, Polish Pickup sells polishes, but they also sell a ton of other stuff too, like nail care, hand care, body care, wax, jewelry, and tons of other stuff. If you want all the details on how Polish Pickup works, I recommend checking out my description box. There I'll list a ton of tips that will be helpful for first-time shoppers. All right, I've got a ton of gorgeous products to share with you, so let's go ahead and get into the swatches. I'll be swatching in rainbow order today, and I mean with this month's theme, how could I not? So we're starting with our reds. This is Music City Beauty Ruby Slippers. It's described as being a full coverage micro glitter filled with red, silver, and gold holographic micro glitters. It retails for $12.50, and there is a 100 bottle cap. And I'm sure you already guessed the inspiration. It's inspired by Dorothy's classic red ruby slippers. Love that inspo. In the bottle, if I look very closely, I can see the gold and silver glitters, but just know it is mostly red. On application, this one had a great base to glitter ratio. It went on super smooth, and I was able to get full opacity in just 2 coats at my nail length. If you've got longer nails, I can see you may be needing 3 for this one. Because of all the glitters in here, it is going to be difficult to remove. I wore a peel-off base coat, but you could also soak this one off to get it off a little bit easier. And I definitely would recommend a glitter smoothing top coat. I'll leave the one I use in the description box. Okay, so check it out outside. So sparkly. Oh, I can see myself wearing this for 4th of July this year. Pictured are 2 coats of Ruby Slippers by Music City Beauty. This month from Bluebird Lacquer, we have Not All Heroes Wear Capes. It's described as being a fiery red jelly with a sparkly rainbow of holo. It's actually the same formula as Ryan King. This polish retails for $12 and has no cap, and $1 from every bottle sold will go to a rescue Angels with Paws. This one was inspired by the maker's kitty cat Hero, which crossed the rainbow bridge. So this polish is divine. I seriously am in love. Check out the formula. I would seriously consider for myself this to be a 1-coater. I did go in for a second just to plump it out a little bit, but seriously, if I was in a hurry, I'd go in for 1 and be good. If you've got longer nails, maybe you'd need 2, but really, I think a lot of people would be good on 1 in this one. Super smooth, very easy to work with. Here's what it looks like outdoors. I try to get outdoor shots for most of my polishes today. I think I got them for almost all of them, but isn't this one gorgeous? Pictured are 2 coats of Bluebird Lacquer. Not All Heroes Wear Capes with a glossy top coat. This month, MLF Lacquer brings us Rainbow Sunset. This one's described as being a coral polish with blue to purple to pink to gold color shifting iridescent flakies, purple shimmer, and silver holographic flakes. This one retails for $11 and has a cap of 200 bottles. It was inspired by a photo of a pink rainbow sunset sky. And I've seen that photo. It is beautiful. So I put this one kind of close to the reds so you can compare. I would definitely say it's a coral that leans pinky or red as opposed to orange. Formula on this one was wonderful. It was very opaque on the first coat despite it having more of a jelly type base, and I got full opacity in just 2 coats. Here's what it looks like in the sunlight, and you can see that delicate holo sparkle. Very, very pretty. And then here's what it looks like in lower lighting, showing off those gorgeous flakes. Pictured are 2 coats of Rainbow Sunset by MLF Lacquer. This month, Unicorn Magic Skincare brings us their Deluxe Vegan Cuticle Balm in the scent Over the Rainbow. It retails for $6.50 and has a 300 cap. I waited too long to get this. I should have gotten it months ago. I've heard people gush about it and I finally understand why. It's the perfect moisturizer for while you're at work because it doesn't leave your keyboard or your mouse greasy. It's got a light feel, but you can really tell it's moisturizing. It's got emollient ingredients like shea butter and vitamin E, but then it's got lots of oils too that help lock in that moisture, like jojoba oil, castor oil, coconut oil, olive oil. I'm truly a big fan and I don't want to run out. Now, as far as the fragrance goes, this has notes of cotton, green notes, florals, and a hint of lemon. It's a very mild scent, and I think it would agree with a lot of people. When I smell it, most of what I smell is the ingredients, the shea butter, but I can faintly smell some of that cotton and a little bit of the lemon too. Oh my goodness. Try to get your hands on this. If you can't get your hands on it because it runs out at Polish Pickup, they are also on Etsy. This month, Alter Ego brings us Brite Puppy. This one's described as being a bright, not neon yellow base with iridescent rainbow micro glitters. It retails for $10 and has no cap and was inspired by the puppy in Rainbow Brite. So this base color is truly, happiness in a bottle. It's bright, it reminds me of sunshine, and it's just perfect for summer. On application, this one was incredibly smooth. I would say on the first coat, you're good to go. Now, I built it up to 3 just to show you what it would look like, but honestly, because this is a light color and it's got a jelly formula, it doesn't build up too much. It stays sheer even at 3 coats, which is what you're looking at here. It's packed with those beautiful rainbow micro glitters, and they don't, fortunately, create any texture at all. So you're good with a glossy top coat on this one. Here's what it looks like in the sunshine. And I think these just wash of colors, effortless jelly polishes are super in right now. So loving this one. Pictured are 3 coats of Brite Puppy by Alter Ego. Cuticle brings us their Liquid Magic Base Coat. This retails for $9.50 and has a 100 bottle cap. So this base coat is a multitasking base coat. It does quite a lot. It's a ridge filler, a strengthener, and a nail primer. It dries down to a matte finish so that the polish you layer on top of it adheres a little bit better. Really have enjoyed wearing this so far. I'm actually wearing it on its own right now and can attest to its beautiful matte finish. I'll show you what it looks like applied. I love that it has a milkier quality. It dries down matte, but it provides just a little bit of blurring on your nail line, which is, I'll always take that. Cuticle also brings us Tiki Beach. This one's described as being a sour apple green crelly with Aurora shimmer and 2 different UCC chameleon flakes, rainbow crystal chameleon flakes, and holographic micro flakes. This one retails for $12.50 and has a 200 bottle cap. I am so glad this one captured, I feel, quite accurately on camera. It really is a bright, punchy sour apple green. It's almost leaning on being a neon. As far as the formula goes, I was very impressed with the opacity of this one. I will say as it dries down, it becomes a little bit more sheer. You can see more nail line as it dries down. And because of that, I did layer it in 3 coats. Tons of those beautiful flakes came out, and they mostly look to me to be a mixture of green and gold. This one actually dries down to a beautiful matte finish, so you could leave it at that or add a glossy top coat. And here's what this one looks like outdoors. As you can see, those flakes provide some beautiful contrast against that green crelly base. Pictured are 3 coats of Tiki Beach from Cuticle with a glossy top coat. Next up from Lin B Design, we have Not Invisible. This one's described as being a green-leaning neon teal curly base with pink, orange, yellow, green, purple, and blue neon glitter dots, scattered white shreds, and neon pink micro glitters. It retails for $13. There's no cap, and 10% of sales will go to the Trevor Project. This polish is one of those everything but the kitchen sink polishes. I love everything going on. It's so playful and fun. Now I'll say to my video does not do it justice. This is a lot brighter in person. So for color accuracy purposes, definitely refer to my swatch photos. On application, this one definitely has a jelly base. Those white shreds and those pink micro glitters came out very easily. For the dots, I did have to do just a little bit of fishing and placement. If you leave it upside down for a bit though, they do come out a lot easier. I would recommend thin coats for this one so that the components don't bunch up. And because of all the glitters and everything going on, I would definitely recommend a glitter smoothing top coat for this polish. So here's what it looks like outdoors on the full hand. Yeah, someone said this reminds them of Saved by the Bell, and I totally see it. This is a fun polish. So here's what the color really looks like, or pretty close. 3 coats of Linby Design, Not Invisible. This month, Cuticula brings us Dash Landing. This one's described as being a bright baby blue with a rainbow of iridescent flakes and small platinum flakes. This retails for $12.50 and has no cap, and it was inspired by Rainbow Dash from My Little Pony. This is actually a sibling polish to Look What You Made Me Do and Their Minerals Marie. So Cuticula can keep on bringing me these flaky polishes. They never let me down. They're absolutely beautiful. I love the blue base in this one. It really is a great polish transitioning from spring to summer. On application, this one truly does have a jelly formula. Tons and tons of those flakes come out. I didn't have any issue with them bunching at all, and they actually didn't create any texture. This one smoothed down very beautifully with just a glossy top coat. And speaking of top coat, this month Cuticula also brings us their Limitless Quick Dry Top Coat in the scent Mermaid Munchies. It retails for $9 and there's no cap. And this one has notes of sun-kissed Valencia orange, lemon, honeydew melon, wild red berries, palm leaf, water lotus, pink jasmine, vanilla orchid, and apple blossom. The scent of this was very light and pleasant. Again, I think it's mild enough to where a lot of people would enjoy it. The fragrance I got from it was mostly a light citrus scent. This is not my first experience with Cuticula's top coat. I absolutely love the formula. Dries super glossy in seconds, I feel, and it's 5 free. So here's what Dash Landing looks like with that gorgeous top coat. I did use the top coat throughout the entire video. Yeah, it's fantastic, and so is this polish. Pictured are 3 coats of Dash Landing from Cuticula with their Limitless Quick Dry Top Coat. Continuing with our blues, this month Cupcake polish brings us No Place Like Home. This one's described as being a medium blue jelly polish filled with silver holographic flakies and red to gold iridescent flakies. It retails for $13, there is no cap, and this one's inspired by Dorothy's iconic blue gingham dress. Yes, 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 give me all of the Wizard of Oz references. So in the bottle, I'm seeing a lot of that gorgeous mid-toned blue jelly base and the red flaky. They really pop against that blue base. On application, this one was quite sheer on that first coat. It does have a jelly base, but we get a ton of those flakies out. On the second coat, we start to see that base start to pop and get more of that mid-toned blue color. And then I did go in for a third coat, and I felt like what I saw was the same as what I saw in the bottle. I will say at 3 coats, I could still see just a little bit of nail line, so you might want to pair this one with a blurring base. Here's what this one looks like in the sunlight. Absolutely love the holographic sparkle. Cupcake does holo so well. And here's what it looks like in lower lighting, so you can see those flakies shift. Pictured are 3 coats of No Place Like Home from Cupcake Polish. This month, Fair Maiden Polish brings us Sparkle Like You Mean It. This one's described as being a bright ultramarine blue packed with a variety of holo sparkle. This polish was designed with a special glitter flake that allows the holo sparkle to lay flatter than traditional glitter, and I can totally attest to that. This retails for $11, has no cap, and was inspired by Rainbow Brite. Oh my goodness. This is a standout for me this month. And if you know me and you know my videos and you know my taste, that's huge. I do not usually gravitate towards blues. This is one of those polishes that is just undeniably beautiful. Regardless of your taste, it's a wonderful polish. On application, we get a very smooth formula. Tons of those glitters come out. The base is a jelly base, so it's quite sheer, but it builds up nicely on the second coat. I felt comfortable at my nail length, leaving this one at 2, but I might go in for a 3rd if my nails were a bit longer. Here's what it looks like in the sun. Just such a rich, sparkly color, and it's smoothed out perfectly with just 1 coat of top coat. Pictured are 2 coats of Fair Maiden Polish, Sparkle Like You Mean It. This month, Bee's Knees Lacquer brings us Doomicorn. Oh my gosh, only Bee's Knees Lacquer would name a polish Doomicorn for a rainbow month. Anyway, this one's described as being a cool-toned iris purple nail polish with a glowing green to blue shimmer. It retails for $13, has no cap, and is inspired by the makers, Sarah's favorite Doom custom from Doom Eternal. This is a classic Bee's Knees Lacquer Shifty Shimmers. They do this polish so well. I'll take one in every color, please. On application, this one definitely has a jelly style base. It's pretty sheer on that first coat, which is making me think maybe it'd be a great topper. On the second coat, we get a better development of color. More of that purple is coming through now, and I did go with 3 coats. At 3, I still had some sheerness in this polish. I could see the nail line, but there's so much shimmer packed in here, it really does distract pretty well. Here's what it looks like in low outdoor lighting, which is how I like to show off these shifty shimmers best. Oh, so beautiful. Pictured are 3 coats of Bee's Knees Lacquer Doomicorn with a glossy top coat. This month, Different Dimension brings us Space Rainbows. This is a thermal polish that shifts from bright pink when it's warm to bright amethyst when it's cold. It's loaded with gold to orange to pink to green color shifting iridescent flakes, pink to orange to gold to green aurora shimmers, and holographic microflakes. It retails for $12 and there's no cap, and this was inspired by Different Dimensions packaging. And if you've seen it before, you're seeing it now. Oh, so exciting. I absolutely love their packaging, and similarly, I really enjoyed this polish too. On application, this one was, very opaque on that first coat. Was not expecting that. For me, it was a solid 2-coater. If you've got longer nails, maybe 3, but I think most people will be good on 2. Got a lot of those flakes out. I didn't have any issues with them bunching out. They flattened nice and smooth. So here's what it looks like in its cold state, that purple amethyst color. Here's what it looks like in the cold state up close on the full hand swatch. Really flattering, cool-toned purple. And then here's what it looks like in its warm state with that beautiful pink. It's like a blue-toned pink. Really, really nice too. Pictured are 2 coats of Space Rainbows, cold. 2 coats of Space Rainbows, warm. And 2 coats with a little bit of both and a glossy top coat. Different Dimension also brings us their Cuticle Oil Pen Duo this month. The set is $7 and there's no cap, and they come in the scents Pineapple Cilantro and Macintosh Apple. If you order, you'll get 1 of each. So the Pineapple Cilantro scent is a blend of sweet pineapple, coconut, and tangy cilantro, and the Macintosh Apple, which is my favorite of the 2, smells like crisp, juicy, sweet, and sour Macintosh apples. If you've had the Macintosh Apple candle from Yankee Candle, smells just like that, and I love the candle, so of course I love the pen too. Ingredients of these pens are fantastic. If you haven't tried one before, they are jojoba oil based, so they sink into the skin very well. They're non-greasy, and they smell fantastic. From Glisten and Glow this month, we have Rainbow Bridge. This one's described as being a medium cream-based polish loaded with rainbow flakes. It retails for $12.50. There's no cap, and it was inspired by a beautiful Rainbow Bridge poem, which I am 100% not reading right now because I'm not ready to cry. I'll put it in the description box for you in case you feel like tearing up a little bit. So this polish is packed with those beautiful, beautiful flakies, lots of rainbow. I'm getting a lot of blue, a lot of green and gold, just shifting all over the place. Now this one's described as having a cream base, but I really did feel like it had a jelly type base. Maybe a little bit creamy, but mostly jelly on application. It was a little bit sheer on that first coat, but it really built up well in two, especially with all those flakies packed in there. That being said, I did go in for 3 and reached full opacity and got so many of those gorgeous flakies. Here's what this polish looks like on the full hand in lower natural lighting, and oh, those flakes are stunning. Pictured are 3 coats of Rainbow Bridge from Glisten and Glow. Glisten and Glow also brings us their cuticle remover and cuticle oil pen duo. These retail for $12 together and there is no cap. The scent is rainbows and sunshines, and it's a blend of fresh, clean fruit like oranges, peaches, watermelons, strawberries, and cranberries. Oh, yes. I think I'm gonna buy a backup. I never buy backups, guys. I'm getting a backup of this because it smells amazing. I want a body spray in this scent. It is everything a fruit lover needs in their life. I'm not kidding. It smells fantastic. And these kind of duos, I really think I'm gonna stick mine in my travel bag so that while I'm on the go traveling, I can moisturize and make sure my nails stay flexible and remove any cuticles. This month, Heather's Hues brings us Rainbow Pourin'. This one's described as being a bright violet base that's filled with rainbow mix of neon and vivid glitters. It retails for $12.50 and has no cap. And this was inspired by a drippy rainbow paint pour. I think this one's going to be very popular this month. Gosh, what a fun polish. It really does have a bright, vibrant base. I feel like my camera is wanting to make it a little bit blue leaning, but it is violet. It dries down maybe even slightly darker than what you're seeing in the bottle. On application, this one had absolutely no problem getting the glitters out. I didn't leave it upside down. I didn't shake it. I didn't swirl my brush around. They came out and a lot of them came out. Make sure with this one you go in thin for your coats. Otherwise, you are going to get them bunched up because I'm not kidding you guys. There are a lot of glitters in this. I love the mix. The hex glitters and the circle glitters are so fun together, and they really are neon. They glow in black light. I saw some really cool on the Facebook group, which I'll link in the description box. I saw a really cool post with some rainbow stamping in this polish, and the glitters just glowed in the rainbow. It was really cool. So here's what it looks like built up in 3 very thin coats. In my swatch videos and photos, I used 2 coats, but I ended up wanting a third just to make sure that that base was really, really opaque. Oh, such a fun polish. Pictured are 2 coats of Rainbow Pourin' from Heather's Hues. Heather's Hues also brings us their Wits What is the Sorcery lotion in the scent Taste the Rainbow this month. This 2-ounce jar retails for $7.25 and has a cap of 50. This stuff sells out every month and for good reason. So if you want to get it, make sure you're ready to shop. You have your cart preloaded at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's talk about ingredients first. This does have oils that are derived from seeds or nuts, so keep that in mind if you have sensitivity. But it's also got a ton of emollient ingredients like aloe, glycerin, and shea butter that really moisturize your skin. Then it has oils like sweet almond oil, avocado oil, jojoba oil that really lock in that moisture and leave your skin feeling light and fresh. It's not one of those lotions that weigh you down. As far as the scent goes, of course, Taste the Rainbow is inspired by Skittles. It's got top notes of lime, lemon drop, and raspberry, middle notes of grapefruit, Valencia, and orange, red candy apple, and bottom notes of old-fashioned vanilla and pulled sugar. The scent is phenomenal, and if I could, I would buy all 50 that are in the shop. It's that good. This month's Stella Chroma brings us History of the Universe, which is described as having a bright, berry pink base with suspended iridescent flakies that shine Roy G. Biv everywhere. It retails for $13, has no cap, and was inspired by Janis Joplin's super groovy hand-painted Porsche 356. Oh, I love a good berry. I love the brightness of this polish and the shifty flakes. This is a great polish. It makes me so happy to look at. In true Stella Chroma fashion, this one had an outstanding formula. It definitely had a jelly leaning base, but look at that opacity on the first coat. That's what I'm talking about. And we get tons of flakes too. I ended up building this one to 2 coats just to make sure the color on my nails was as deep and rich as the color in the bottle. And I felt great about this one being a 2-coater. I think it would be a 2-coater for most. And again, I really love looking at iridescent flakies in low natural lighting. So that's what you're looking at here. And you can see those flakies just shift, and there are so many of them. Pictured are 2 coats of Stella Chroma History of the Universe. New to my polish pickup video this month is Pampered Polishes, who brings us Colors of the Wind. This one's a blush tone mauve crowley jam-packed with red, blue, bronze, copper, gold, and platinum metallic microflakes, as well as a holographic shimmer and holographic microflakes. It retails for $13 and there is no cap, and is of course inspired by Pocahontas. And I totally see the scene where Pocahontas in the animated movie, I don't know if there's a live action, probably not. In the animated movie where Pocahontas is standing and the leaves are swirling all around her. Oh, nice job, Timberland, with that inspo. On application, this one was a little bit sheer on that first coat, but very smooth and easy to work with. It built up really nicely on the second coat, and we get a ton of those gorgeous flakes. I really like the flakes that Timberland used in this formula. They lay down nice and flat, and there are a ton of them, and they're very easy to get out. I did build this one up to 3 coats and got full opacity. Here's what this one looks in bright lighting, and you can see that holographic shimmer. It's on the subtle side. And here's what it looks like in lower lighting, so you can see those beautiful flakes. This is one that would be appropriate, in my opinion, year-round. Pictured are 3 coats of Colors of the Wind with a glossy top coat. This month, Nevermind Polish brings us Unweaving a Rainbow. This one's described as being a peachy pink crowley with blue, pink, silver, green, and purple holographic flakes. It retails for $12.50. There's a 200 bottle cap, and this one was inspired by Unweaving a Rainbow by Camilla de Rico. So first off, there's been a little bit of a mix-up with the bottles of polish that the swatchers received and the polishes that will actually be sold. So for color accuracy for this one, make sure you check out the swatch photos at the end of the video. The maker, Jen, edited them to fit what will be the actual color of the polish. It's a little bit peachier and darker. On application, this one was pretty smooth to apply. There are a ton of those hollow flakes and they come out very easily, but they are pretty large in size. So I would recommend going in thin on your coats for this one so you don't get too many of them out at once. Otherwise, they can bunch up just a little bit, but they are pretty. I'm mainly seeing in my bottle pink and purple, green, and blue flakes. They're gorgeous. Here's what it looks like on the full hand swatch. And again, the base color is just a little bit lighter than what the actual color will be. Pictured are 3 coats of Unweaving a Rainbow by Nevermind Polish. Wildflower Lacquer brings us The Sky Has Finally Opened. This one's described as being a smoky lilac base with coppery red to green shifting shimmer and scattered holographic. It retails for $13, has no cap, and $1 of every bottle sold will be donated to the Trevor Project. This one was inspired by the song Rainbows by Casey Musgraves. So this polish in the bottle, to me, without reading the description, I thought it was like a brown, but really it just got so much shimmer packed in there that it gives kind of a smoky brownish lilac hue. On application, this one was buttery smooth, very easy to apply. I love Wildflower's brushes, so that made it even easier, and I got full opacity in just 2 coats. Here's what this one looks like in the sunlight, and as I move my hand around, you can kind of see that smoky lilac color coming out, but on my skin tone, it kind of does pull a little bit brown. Beautiful either way. I don't care what color it is. And here's what it looks like in lower lighting. Pictured are 2 coats of The Sky Has Finally Opened with a glossy top coat. This month, Nailed It nail polish brings us Magical Menagerie. It's described as being an indigo tinted gray base with a mix of rainbow crystal flakes. It retails for $13, has a 300 bottle cap, and is inspired by the supernatural episode Plucy Pennywhistle's Magical Menagerie. I still haven't seen that show. But I love Nailed It nail polishes, beautiful flaky formulas like this. They get me every time. The base for this one is really pretty. It really does lean a lilac. I feel like I could have swatched it with the purples, but I wanted to compare it to the next polish that I'm going to swatch, so I did leave it with the grays. On application, this one was very smooth and easy to work with. You get a ton, and I mean a ton of those flakies out on application. I don't see how Nailed It does it where the flakes don't bunch up. They're very smooth, they don't create any texture, and they're just beautiful. I did go in for 3 coats just to get that lilac leaning gray base, the color that you see in the bottle. And here's the result. Oh, just shifty and gorgeous. So here's what it looks like in outdoor lower lighting. Truly a flaky bomb. I'm sold. Pictured are 3 coats of Nailed It nail polishes, Magical Menagerie. This month, Rogue Lacquer brings us After the Storm. This one's described as being a purple-toned gray crowley with a rainbow of metallic flakes and holographic flake shards. It retails for $12.50 and has no cap and is inspired by rainbows going across the sky after a storm. And the inspiration picture for this one was so beautiful. So as you can see, it does also have a purple-leaning gray base. That's why I wanted to swatch it beside the Nailed It. And at the end of this video, I'll swatch all the polishes side by side in outdoor lighting so you can compare them. On application, this one had a pretty sheer base, but as you can see, you get a ton of those beautiful flakies. These flakies remind me a lot of the flakies in the collection that Rogue Lacquer just released. I might be wrong about that, but that's what they remind me of. This one built up to opacity for me in 3 coats. It was pretty good at 2, but I did go in for a 3rd. Because there are so many beautiful flakies in this polish, it does dry with just a little bit of texture, but it's nothing that a regular top coat won't smooth out nicely. Pictured are 3 coats of After the Storm by Rogue Lacquer. This month, Garden Path Lacquers, which if you didn't know is Lollipop Posse Lacquer's rebrand, brings us Mercury in Spectrograde. This one's described as having a sheer black jelly base packed with holographic microflakes, blue aurora shimmer, and 2 different iridescent flakes that shift blue to green to pink to orange, and so many colors in between. This one retails for $13 and has a 100 bottle cap, but the maker, Karen, said she may increase it based on how many people have it on their wish list. As the description states, this one was quite sheer on application. It says it's got a sheer black jelly base, but it might very slightly be tinted black. It almost appears to be clear on the nail. Sorry, it is freaking my camera all the way out. It can't handle all the shimmer and flakes in this polish. On the second coat, we start to really see that beautiful blue aurora shimmer, and we get so many of those flakes out on application. And then going in for a 3rd coat, I reached very close to full opacity. I could still see a little bit of nail line, but There's so much going on in this polish that I wasn't even really aware. Here's what it looks like in sunlight, and you can see how beautiful the holographic is in this. And then in lower lighting, you can appreciate those beautiful flakes. Pictured are 3 coats of Mercury and Spectrograde by Garden Path Lacquers. This month, Alicia's Lacquer brings us Sachet Away, Shantae, You Stay. This was described as being a full-on silver holo with mini holographic glitter. It retails for $12 and will have a cap of $250. And of course, it is inspired by Mother RuPaul and made in honor of Pride Month. So happy Pride Month if you celebrate. This is my new favorite silver holographic. I'm gonna say it. It is beautiful. On application, it definitely has a more jelly type base, but it is completely packed with holo pigment. I absolutely love the mini holo glitter in here. It's just holo from every angle. It's beautiful. In 2 coats, I can still see a little bit of nail line, so I did go in for a third on this one, and just wow. Wait till you see it in the sunlight. That's all I'm gonna say. Get your sunglasses ready, people. There you go. And look at the mini holographic glitters just glistening. Oh my goodness. It's like diamonds. Pictured are 3 coats of Sachet Away, Shantae, You Stay with a glossy top coat. Alicia's Lacquer also brings us their DIY mini nail polish kit this month. It comes in this beautiful cinch pouch that has everything you need inside. It includes 3 mini 5 milliliter bottles that are filled with glitter suspension base. Each contain 1 mixing ball. It also includes some tools that will be helpful when mixing, like 4 toothpicks, 1 funnel, and a wooden biodegradable spoon. The kit includes 5 solvent-resistant glitter mixes in 1 teaspoon each, and it has a variety of different glitters: circle glitters, iridescent glitters, holographic glitters, just about anything you could want. It doesn't include pigment, so you can create your own beautiful topper blend with a combination of these different glitters or with just one of them. It also includes a really handy instructional guide that gives you some tips in creating your polish. This month, KB Shimmer brings us I'm So Over It. I love the attitude of that. This one's described as being a pale gray base featuring a pink to gold to green to aqua shifting shimmer and holographic flakes. It retails for $11 and has no cap. It is inspired by Over the Rainbow, Over It. Get it? So in bright lighting, you get a lot of that beautiful pink shimmer, and you can see the gold as well. I didn't see as much of the green and aqua shift, but you can detect it in lower lighting. My camera did not pick it up very well though. On application, this one was beautiful on the first coat, and then I got full opacity in 2. Formula was smooth, very easy to work with, and we got a ton of gorgeous holographic flakes. Here's what it looks like in the sunlight, and you can see the gorgeous gold shimmer there. And now we're gonna get that shift to the beautiful pink. Very, very pretty. You know what this reminds me of? Their December PPU shade, Cats in Pajamas, the gray flaky goodness with the pink to gold. Yeah, that's like this, but in shimmer form. I love it. Pictured are 2 coats of I'm So Over It by KB Shimmer. And they're also bringing us their hand and body scrub this month. This is the scent Rainbow Shaved Ice, and it smells like summer treats. It's got scents of orange, peach, raspberry, lemon, vanilla sugar, and wild strawberry jam. This giant 9.5 ounce jar is only $10, which is such an amazing deal. If you haven't used their sugar scrub before, I love using them in the shower around when I'm about to shave, and I also love using them as part of my pedicure routine. This scrub in particular has a lot of moisturizing ingredients like olive oil, castor seed oil, and cocoa seed butter that really help moisturize as it exfoliates. And the scent of this is absolutely delectable. I am in heaven this month with all of these fruity scents. I absolutely smell the lemon and the raspberry, and oh, I'm going to be buying a backup of this one for sure. This month, Dom Nail Polish brings us Gold Digger. I love that name, Gold Digger. It's described as being an ultra hollow glitter bomb with gold and bronze glitters with some hints of pink. It also has a subtle silver linear hollow base. This one retails for $12.50 and has a 200 bottle cap. Would not be even a little bit surprised if this one sold out pretty quickly. It is a gorgeous polish. Definitely another top pick for me this month. By the way, this one is inspired by someone with their eye on the gold at the end of the rainbow. Gold is great, but the real goal is #goals. So on application, this one was very smooth and easy to work with. As you can see, it has pretty much a clear base and it's got tons of those beautiful gold and bronze glitters in different sizes. I reached full opacity in 3 coats, and I think 3 is going to be perfect for just about everyone. Here's what it looks like in the full hand swatch in my studio. Unfortunately, we had a cloudy day when I swatched this one, but check out that linear. It sparkles in bright lighting. And just because I couldn't get enough of it, here's what it looks like in my kitchen. Yeah, this is indoor lighting. And do you see that holographic? Oh yes, so beautiful. Pictured are 3 coats of Gold Digger from Dom Nail Polish. Next up from Swamp Gloss, we have Thunder in Your Ear. It's a linear holographic with chameleon flakes and a rainbow of metallic multi-chrome flakes. It retails for $13.50, has a 300 bottle cap, and is inspired by the dark side of the moon. $2 of every bottle sold will be donated to the Australia Lesbian Foundation for Justice. So this polish, typically not my vibe. It's a little bit dark and edgy and broody for my personal taste, but oh my goodness, the components of this polish are undeniable. I love the metallic flakes. I love the holographic. It's beautiful. And on application, goes on like a dream. Tons of those flakes come out, lots of that holo. Honestly, this one should have been a 2-coater for me, but I went in for a 3rd coat. What can I say? I just wanted more of those flakies. And I think 2 will be great for most people. If you've got longer nails, maybe 3 for this one. This polish is exactly the reason I always take my polishes outdoors and show them what they look like in natural lighting. Look at that difference. It looks completely different in natural lighting. Look at the shiftiness of those flakes. Oh, love this polish. Pictured are 3 coats of Thunder in Your Ear from Swamp Gloss. And people, this is the final polish I have to share with you today. If you stuck around to the end, thank you so much. This polish is from MTK Design. It's Rain Dio. This is a thermal polish that's described as being clear-ish, linear hollow when warm, to dark charcoal gray when cool. It's got 4 different iridescent flakies, so you're always seeing the whole rainbow, whether it's from the holographic or the flakies, which you see here. The holo in this makes the clearish warm stage more of a foggy gray. It retails for $12 and has no cap and is inspired by Dio's Rainbow in the Dark song. So on application, you can see I'm swatching warm here. It's going right to that foggy gray state. And I would say this one was super quickly reactive. With these thermals that transition to be clear, it's really hard to see when they're going to be opaque in their cold state. I played it safe and went in for 3 on this one, but just know that when it's warm in that foggy gray color, it's never going to reach full opacity. You're going to always be able to see quite a bit of nail line. That being said, there are so many flakes and holographic in this, it distracts very well. So here's what it looks like in its cold state. I love the contrast between those beautiful rainbow flakes and the black cold state. Black charcoal gray, sorry. And here's what it looks like in its warm state. You can see a little bit of nail line, but isn't that ethereal? So pretty. Pictured are 3 coats of Reindeer cold, 3 coats warm, and 3 coats with a little bit of both and a glossy top coat. So as promised, I did want to show you all the polishes that I shared with you today, swatched side by side on a swatch wheel so you can compare. We're going to start with our reds. From left to right here, we have Music City Beauty, Bluebird Lacquer. That coral leaning one is the MLF Lacquer. The yellow is Alter Ego. That lime green is Coloris de Carol, and the one on the end is Lynn B Design. Then moving on to all of the beautiful blues and purples we had this month. From left to right, we have Cuticula. Beside that one, we have Cupcake Polish. The deep blue is Fair Maiden Polish. Beside that one, we have the Bee's Knees Lacquer. Next to that, in its warm state, we have the Different Dimension. The one beside that, next to last, is Glisten and Glow. And then the glitter on the end is Heather's Hues. And we're finishing up with our pinks and neutrals from this month. From left to right, Stella Chroma. Then we've got Pampered Polishes. The one with the flakes, which remember is going to be peachier, is Nevermind Polish. The one with the orange shimmer is Wildflower Lacquer. Then we have Nailed It Nail Polish. Next is Rogue Lacquer. Beside that is Garden Path Lacquers. The one with the strong linear hollow is Leisha's Lacquer. Then the one with the pink shimmer is KB Shimmer, of course. Then the one with the glitters, that's bronzish, is Dom Nail Polish. The one with the pink flash is Swamp Gloss. And there at the end, we have MTK Design in its warm state. Oh, so many gorgeous items to choose from. Let me know in the comments which items you're planning to add to your wish list. And just a reminder that wish listing will open on May 30th. And while you're here, be sure to check out some of my recent videos. Recently, I live swatched and reviewed the Bee's Knees Lacquer, A Court of Silver Flames Part 2 collection. I also live swatched and reviewed the KB Shimmer Are We There Yet collection. And I live swatched and reviewed the Bluebird Lacquer Early Bird Hollows collection. I will leave those videos linked in the description box so you can check them out in case you're interested. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys!